Okay, first off, I'm going to do my best to talk with the shield on whenever I'm doing classroom, so who knows what the hair is going to look like or whatever. But if you can't hear me, let me know. Okay? The other thing is with the tape and zones and so forth, I'm actually limited to stay up here for trace contacting and all of that. So if you are in a place and you're like, I can't really see or I'm struggling hearing you, let me know. Okay? Our seats are pretty set. So if there's a few people that I need to change, I will do that. But when you come in, make sure you just go to where you're supposed to be sitting. Okay, so that way your exposure is limited in a way. Okay, so it'll be a while until I change seating charts. So for right now, let's kind of hopefully be able to function and so forth. Okay, so you are in personal finance. I'm Miss Johnson. If you have not had me, some of you I recognize the top half of your faces, and some of you I may not have. Personal finance, which we'll get to. Some of you are here for the requirement, some of you are here for elective, whatever the reason is. We're going to become adults pretty much. But before we get going with that, couple things. Just one thing with the fire drill, hopefully, if we ever have anything with fire, it's a drill. We line up, and then I lead you out, and we stay as a class. Guys, don't go and hang out with somebody else because you see them in the parking lot. Lock down, just grab your stuff, and we're up here on the floor, out of sight from the door, and then I'll close the blinds. Tornado, we go down the stairs and we're into Mrs. Terpster's room. So hopefully, again, we don't need to worry about that. All right. The class itself, over a course of a semester, we're going to take you from where you currently are, okay, 16, 17-year-olds, whatever it might be, and we're going to walk you through different phases of life and how things can come to you and what they mean to at the end of the semester will be at the end of your life. So we're going to follow all the gamut of adulting, okay? Sometimes I think we should just rename it to Adulting 101, but okay, so there's going to be topics that we talk about that will apply to you right now. There will be things that we talk about that might apply to some of you currently, and then some in the near future. And so it's kind of, we're going to take all of our expertise and experiences and put them together, okay? So there's a list of all sorts of things that we're going to cover, and there's some that are not listed. Couple things real quick. I'm not going to harp on some things. Just come prepared for class, okay? Yes, we will use your Mac. Yes, we will do notes. I do guided notes, handwritten. That way I think I get more of your attention. So have some place to put your guided notes. If it's a folder that you share with another class, then it's a folder you share. As long as you know where to get it when you need it, that's all that matters, okay? You do need a calculator. Doesn't have to be some fancy calculator, okay? We have some that you can borrow, but again, disinfect before you use, disinfect after. So those are available. Some people think that they can just use a calculator on the computer, but that's not always an option. We may not have the computers out. You're taking a test and you can't have another window open. So keep that in mind. Okay, so we do have some you can borrow. They stay in the class, but you can obviously have your own for that purpose. Come in prepared to use the class. Put your bags under the table so they're not in walking areas. We're pretty full. This is one of my largest classes. So try to do our best at distancing, keeping things in your own little workspace. Don't be afraid if you want to pull the plexiglass closer to you or whatever it might be to come down between, okay? But just kind of clean up afterwards. Put things away, okay? Push chairs in. There is hand sanitizer. I have 3 stations in my room, okay? So when you come in, there's one right there at the corner. There's another one over at the corner, and then there's one in the back. So get in the habit when you come in, okay, because somebody may touch something on your workspace, and that way it's just hopefully protecting yourself a little bit. If you see something, you're like, I think this needs to be cleaned, okay? let me know. We have the supplies. I will do my best before your class period to kind of do a spot check, just to make sure things are clean and look like they have been cleaned up. But just, it's fine. If you feel like something needs to be disinfected, let me know. Okay? But sometimes in between classes, it's just not enough. So then on the way out, don't be afraid to take a little bit more disinfectant. I will say the ones that have the little purple band around them, you get a lot if you haven't used them yet. But so maybe not do a full pump. Just some things. Hoodies are down. Earbuds are out. I should not have to ask you. You know that. It's not new. Okay. Cell phones, just, I don't want to see them. I don't want to hear them. Okay. We can't obviously put them somewhere specific. So just kind of keep them away. You can check them when you get in the hallway. There is more than just this blue tape. Basically what I want is, and it's really the back, not the back row, but the second, third row here in the middle. So like computers 19 through 22. Okay. So 21 and 22, they will come up this aisle. 19 and 20 will come up this aisle. Okay. So we're not squeezing behind anybody. And then the back row will just always use this. So then we're just kind of trying to keep the traffic down. So there's blue tape. If you see a blue piece of tape, don't cross it, basically. Okay? Either turn around and go the other way, or always start that way. We are an even room number. So currently, we leave when the bell rings. Okay? You'll see the X's, so if you do get here and there's somebody in the classroom, I don't have a third period class. So you should be able to just come right in, unless somebody's up here for some reason. Otherwise, you can kind of stagger yourselves out and wait. Try to let the people that are sitting in the aisle go first. Now, if you are a slow person and you just are packing stuff and you have too much stuff out or whatever, then at least scoot up if you're the aisle seats so the person can get out around you. Okay. Otherwise, if you can wait, just wait till the aisle person is gone, and that way it'll stagger people out of the room. External screens will deal with that. Attendance, couple things. If you know you're going to be gone, let me know and we can maybe make a plan, whether it's an email. Okay, some of you may not know you're going to be gone or you're going to miss Friday or whatever it might be. Okay, I will say that classes are going to be recorded. So right now it's recording. Okay, so before you come back, try to get there and view the class. And it may just be a 10-minute thing. Okay, that way you'll know what was covered. There might be notes that were covered. You can always go back, use it as some review. Okay, and I'll show you where you can access those. So if you're gone for an extended period of time, that's your resource. Okay, if you're gone for a day, that's your resource. Okay, so those will be available. If you know you're going to be late from another class, okay, ask for a pass. You kind of have all been up here before for the most part, but just kind of have a plan. Okay, if you're coming from the farther end of the building and you have to use the restroom, well, get up here and then use the restroom. Don't have lockers to deal with, so. In personal finance, the big thing is due dates. It's part of adulting, okay? So what'll happen is you'll have your due date, and I'll show you that when we get into classroom and so forth. If you don't turn it in by that due date, you're not getting full credit. You're not gonna get a 0, okay? But it'll just be.
Pardon the interruption, freshmen. We're gonna get you going a couple minutes early. Freshman, 4th period lunch. Please head to the commons and find a seat. 4th period lunch. You can bring your stuff with you. Head to the commons and find a seat. You cannot move any tables. 5 students to a table. Thank you.
So it'll drop down. So like if you have an assignment that's worth 10 points, okay, then if you don't get it turned in, it would drop down to the best you could get would be like 8 points. So it's not a matter of a set number of points. It's just, I'll average it down to. You will get an extended date. You'll get a second due date. You turn it in by that. time, okay, that's where it drops. If it turns in after that, it drops down to 50%. And if it's 2 weeks, I don't want it. Okay. So hopefully, my goal for you is that you're going to have enough class time to get things done. Okay, but if you are somewhere else, home, whatever it might be, and you're able to stay up with the class, that'd be great. Okay. But obviously, if you're absent, those things come into play too. But it's just that communication, and I'll show you as we get going with that. If you need help, I'm here at 7:30, but I know they don't want you in the building before 7:45, but I am here if you need to come in before or after school. You can email me. A lot of things that we do are specific for your situation, okay? Your goals, your current, you have a job, you don't have a job, how things kind of play out. So, and again, me giving you enough time to work, this shouldn't even come into play. Phones, like I said earlier, just keep them out of my sight and out of ear, okay? They're just, I don't have mine, none, okay? So, same thing. And it's not study hall here. So if you're going, oh crap, I did not do something for next period. Well, now's not the time. Okay. If you get everything done that we need to get done, go for it. Use your time wisely. But we are here for another reason. Anybody having email issues or your password issues? We've had a couple that they weren't able to get in. So we're all good on that front? Okay.
My computer wasn't working.
So did you have a loaner?
Uh-huh.
But so you have your regular computer?
Yeah. It wouldn't let me click on anything, and it wouldn't let me sign in, and then I figured out how to sign in, but it still wouldn't let me do anything, and then I'll just said, I don't know.
Did you restart it?
Yeah, I just said everything.
We'll see how it goes today.
Okay.
Any others? Because we all know what's the response if something's wrong. What do you do first? Restart. That's what they're going to ask you if you go to the help desk. So just always make sure you restart. And maybe have don't wait for 2 weeks to restart. So you can go ahead and dig out your computer if you don't have it out. You will notice there are power strips. Some of you who are up against the wall, there's outlets that you can use. So hopefully the power strip is kind of in a middle area that the person on the aisle seat can access it or whatever. So hopefully those are there and available so you can always charge in here while you're working. I've noticed the batteries don't last as long as our last computers. Anybody else notice that? Maybe it's because I have a lot of things. Yeah, so just be aware, okay? So plan accordingly. You need to charge this hour so it's good for the rest of the day. Great. Okay. When you get into your Mac, go ahead and get to Classroom. And we're going to go through a few things. So I just asked, don't get click happy. So we can make sure we cover what I need to go through or want to go through. And then hopefully we'll get you going on something today. All right. In Classroom. Carter, is it working?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
For now.
Go ahead and join a class. Again, there's things out there that are already available for you, but we may not get to everything that's out there, so there's no need to start going through and what is this? We'll get there. So it's OQPAFU5. Are we good? Can I go off this screen? Or are you still trying to get to it? Some of us, we're still managing. Oh, this is going to be Okay, I gotta get a straw. Okay, so you should be in classroom for 4th period. And if you're not on the stream, please go to the stream across the top. So I just want to kind of walk you through how this class is going to be set up. Could be similar to other teachers, it could be different. That's just kind of how I'm trying to get some things. So in case we're not here, it should just kind of carry over. All right. So if you're looking at the stream, okay, this, you're not going to see a lot of stuff show up. Okay, you're going to see right now it has a link to the lesson plans and has a link to the syllabus. Do you have to go look at the syllabus? No. We've gone through, that's kind of that dry stuff. Okay, but it's there. So in case for some reason we needed to address it for something for late work and so forth, it's out there. And then the link for the lesson plan. So the only thing that's going to show up here are things that might stay for an extended period of time that you just have quick access to. You may not need them. You might bookmark. You might do however you need to organize. So that's not going to be where you're going to see all your work. So if you go to classwork, along the left-hand side, you're going to see some topics. And some might get added as we go. In fact, one will get added as we go. So you're going to see over along the left-hand side, this is where you're going to find the videos. So will they be up there right after 4th period every day? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, they should be up there by 3:45 every day. Okay, so it might be your exact class, or it might be one of my other classes. I'm not going to record every single one. Okay, so keep that in mind. But that's where you're going to see it. And I will put the date. So it will say August 19, and it would say like a topic. So if you're wanting to go back to use it as a review, you should be able to quickly find some of those. Okay, if you're gone, you should be able to find the day. Okay, you're also going to see where there's the week, and then you'll see next week, and I'm going to keep going week by week. So if you're gone a specific day or weeks, you should be able to quickly get to that, and then you will see how things are listed in that week. Okay, so that's kind of that's how you're going to access your assignments. And then also reminder, on your stream, you'll see your due dates. This might change. Remember, I want to give you as much time during class to get stuff done. Okay, and today, who knows? Tomorrow, who knows? So if this might end up changing, and I will change it. Okay, and I usually tell you, okay, I'm going to change the due date, because usually it's out there for a few days in the future. So sometimes we get to it. Sometimes maybe we didn't get as much time to work on it as I had hoped. So I give you that extra time. Okay, so this is where you'll find your due date. Okay, and we'll talk about extended due dates when we get to that point. Okay, so if you don't have, some of you may have already kind of organized some of your tabs and stuff. Go ahead and take the lesson plan link for personal finance. So you've probably been seeing this, and if you haven't, you will be. But this is all of our lesson plans have changed over to this view. So if you go to this week, this will also make sure I update on a day-to-day basis. So for example, for today, there's just kind of a list of items. I'm not going to be real specific, okay? I'm not going to link to things from here. Anything that needs access to will go through Classroom, but this is just to give you an overview. So we've talked about some of these things. Okay, August budget, intro me, we have not gotten to, and we may not. So if at the end of the day we didn't get to the intro me, I take it off. Okay, it's already for tomorrow, but then it might get added to Friday since we didn't get Wednesday. So hopefully every day it'll be getting updated. Okay, it might come to the point where you might see 4th because you guys got to it and maybe 7th period didn't. So just if you start seeing that, that's more for my benefit as well. Okay, but there's your lesson plans. So have access to them, especially if you're going to be gone. All right, so let's go to your classwork and get into your budget calendars. And go to the August calendar and go ahead and make yourself that copy. Anybody having problems? Now, when you get into the August calendar, it is just that, okay? So let's find August 19th, which is today. Part of the class is to help you with money and budgeting. And part of budgeting and with money is if you have a job. Now, if you don't have a job, you're still doing this. It just might look a little bit different in your world. Because remember, I want to do things for you specific. We're all at different phases. Some of you are a sophomore and you don't have a job. Some of you might be a junior or senior and you've had a job for a year. Some of you might be going, no, I'm trying to get a job now that we're kind of back into somewhat normal. Okay, so we're all at different phases. So these can change in the next few months as well. So what we're going to do, we're just going to start out by tracking any exchange of money. Whether it's a swipe of a credit card or a debit card, or if it's handing somebody a $5 bill, or if it's your parents put money into your lunch account. Okay? Anytime you spend money, you're going to account for it. That's all you got to do. Anytime you get money, you account for that. Okay? So all we're going to do is we're going to just start on the 19th. You don't have to worry about yesterday or Monday or anything like that. Okay? So if I go to the 19th and I go, okay, this morning on my way to school, I had to put gas in my car. Okay? So I'm going to label it gas, and how much did I have to spend? Let's say I put $24 in. Okay? Some people put a minus, just so you know, okay, I didn't get $24. Now, if you have something and you're going, yeah, I stopped at Scooters. How much did I spend? And it was $5.26. You want to be specific to the 26 cents, you can. Okay? You can. But if I'm done and I want to move down a line, I can do a command return. So I am going to eat the school lunch. I didn't bring my lunch. I'm going to eat lunch, but so I'm getting it from the school. So, okay. Lunch. How much is it? I have no idea. I'm just going to say it's $3.50. So looking at the 19th, I know, okay, $27.50 I spent. Now, maybe you didn't stop for anything before school, or you don't eat the school lunch. And you're going, nope, I haven't spent any money. Then you may not have something there. See, this is where it's for you. I'm not going to make you say, okay, I put $20 in gas, even though you're going, I don't even have a car. Okay, it's for you where you're currently at. Maybe tonight you end up going somewhere and you babysit for a couple hours and they give you $35 or whatever it is. Okay, then you have to account for that. So then I would, if it's, I don't know, okay, babysit $35. Or you get paid. Payday. Love paydays. Okay, then you got to put that in there. Okay, so some of you are going to have maybe an item every day. If you eat school lunch every day, then you have to put that in there every day. Some of you have your ritual of every day after school you go to the convenience store and you get your energy drink. It's what applies to you. You are going to get out of what we're doing here what you put into it. Is it a grade? Yes. Is it a concept and a process that we're going to go through? Yes. Are we going to do more than just this? Yes. Okay? So as we start getting into this, this might be the first thing you open up when you walk into class tomorrow. And you go, oh, that's right, last night I went whatever, and you spent money. Okay? So we will do weekends. Okay? And then at the end of the month, so at the end of August, we'll go through the next process of how this kind of works. And we're using a calendar system. After you've kind of gone through it, you may choose to go with some other process. Or there might be an app. Or your parents might even have something that they use for budgeting. Okay? It's not just a one-time thing. You can't spend what you don't have. That's part of the budget. And so personal finance, this is a big part of it. Okay? But we just gradually work our way in by going through some things. Okay? So every day you would have your information. Questions on that? And as we get going, we'll bring up, okay, I don't have a job. Where am I getting this money that I'm spending? I don't know. Is it coming from your savings account? Maybe you work part-time during the summer, you're helping on the farm, or you're doing odds and ends with neighbors, and you're putting all that money into a savings account, and that's where you get your money for the school year, or whatever it might be. We are all in different situations. Some of you, you work, and that's what you use. You don't get anything from your parents. Or maybe they pay for your car insurance, and everything else is on you. We're all different. So that's why this is specific to you, not me just making stuff up for you. Okay, so I'm hoping that you can do your thing and not have to worry about everything else. Okay? Questions? So again, every day you update. Some of you will have something to update. Some of you may not have something tomorrow, or you don't have anything today. Okay? But if you get paid on Friday, you put that in, payday. Okay. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Okay, so if you need to update something on that, go ahead and do that. All right, in classroom, you should see the week of, and then there should be a Google slide. Go ahead and open, make your, and this is not something that will be done today. All right, so what we're going to do, and you have yours open, and can you change the theme? Yes. Okay, you don't have to keep it whatever it is. I'm going to kind of walk through what I'm kind of expecting on your end. Okay, so if you can't give full attention, maybe tip your Mac computer just so you're not distracted. I don't want you working on it just yet. Okay, so essentially this is what's going to happen. You're going to create. Are you getting up in front of the class to present this? No. This is for me. This is for me to kind of learn more about you, kind of be able to just kind of hopefully, who are you and what does your life entail and what is when you leave these four walls, okay? So you're going to start, and a lot of this is pictures. You don't need to type everything out, okay? Some of you might choose to add text if it needs an explanation, okay? So you're going to have a slide that has your name, who are you, okay? And you're going to just kind of have a picture of you, a good picture, maybe a picture without a mask, maybe a picture with a mask so I can recognize who you are, okay? So it doesn't have to just be one nice little picture, but I don't want it you and 20 of your friends. I want it to be you, okay? So here's just a few different examples. So during COVID, I dyed my hair purple instead of going blonde. But again, it's just something, okay, about you. Okay, then you're going to have, again, pictures representing what you like to do. Okay? I go golfing. That's one of the pictures. I support my alma mater, which is Northwest Missouri State. Okay, go to concerts. So I did the Laverne Garth Brooks drive-in concert for a different thing. I like water. So if there's a lake opportunity, great, go there. Okay, this is out in actually the hills. Can't think of the name of the lake right now. And then just cruising around in my convertible. So just a few things. I don't need 25 pictures. I want more than one. Okay. Give me an idea of what you like to do. Are you involved in organized activities? Doesn't have to be Brandon Valley. Okay. I coached volleyball for years. I don't anymore, but this gives you an idea. Okay. You're part of the soccer team. Okay. If you race dirt bikes, if you are part of the what's the shooting one? Trap. Or maybe you do that outside of school. It does not have to be Brandon Valley High School related. Okay? But if it's just you like to fish, well then that would be on the slide before. Okay? If you're not involved, then what is it that you like to go support? Maybe you have friends that play football here and you like to go to the football game. So you have a picture of the Lynx football. And you change my organized activities to, I don't know, things you like to attend or support your friends. We all have that inner circle of people. Okay, those friends, family members that you just can rely on, or you can vent and just know that you're safe to vent. Okay, so maybe you have a picture of you and your best friend or your family, or maybe it's you and I don't know, your dog. So give me an idea. They don't have to be Brandon Valley people. They don't have to be in this classroom. Who are your people? We all have that group of people. Okay? So those are my two Shelties. So again, it's pictures. Okay, so now, what do you like to listen to? So if I said on a day when we're doing something, okay, you can listen to your own music. What am I going to expect that you're listening to? Okay? I really like to listen to a variety of things, but if it's rap or heavy metal, I'm not listening to it. Sorry. I just don't. But that might be your thing. Okay? So you can give me a list. You can show me pictures. Okay? Do you like to read books? If you do you have a favorite author? I do. I like James Patterson. Okay, he has a series called The Women's Murder Club. So that's usually my summer reading. I usually try to get 2 or 3 books done. Okay, TV shows. You know, is there a series on Netflix? Is there a series on Hulu? What is it that you like to, or is there a go-to movie you've seen 3, 4, 5 times? I don't know, just give me some of that idea. Okay, so you might have pictures, you may just list on that one. All right, so now at the end of it, you have some slides, and this is more about the makeup of the class. Okay, what can I expect of you? What are you good at? What are your strengths? And we all have some strength. Okay, what do you maybe need improving on? And there's always something. Okay, so in a classroom setting, an academic world, what are your strengths? What might you need improving on? It may be directly related to this class, even though we're not even into it yet, but okay. Maybe it's a subject. It's not a strength. If I can think back to high school, do not put me in a geometry class. Algebra, great. Geometry, So just kind of list 2, 3 things. You don't need but this is your typing. You're writing this out. And then this is what you can expect, or what I can expect from you. Okay? And just give a brief description of you in the classroom. Are you quiet? Are you somebody that just likes to sit and listen? Are you somebody who likes to participate in discussions? Because we'll have discussions. Okay, share that. Who had an experience buying a car? Okay, who wants to share their experience? Okay, what am I expecting from you? Some of you I've had, so I kind of have an idea, but you change. Maybe I had you 2, 3 years ago. So you've matured, okay? So what is it that I can expect from you on a day-to-day basis? Okay? What is it that you would like to gain? And I know this is hard because you're going, oh, I really don't know what we're going to do. I showed you a quick list, okay? But if you think of personal finance, or you think of some of those topics, what is it that you would like to learn from or take away how to do something during the class? And this helps me because if a lot of you put some topic or specific topic down that I don't normally maybe go too detailed in, then maybe I would. Okay, so it does help me. So if there's something that a majority of you are kind of mentioning, I'll look into it and come up with something or address it. Okay, so that is what you are going to have on your slides. So we still have a couple minutes. Okay, so if you have pictures on your phone, and those are the pictures that you're going to want to use, yes, you can take your phone out and get your picture emailed to yourself or put it into your Google Drive or however else you can, okay? Or go to your photo booth, take a new picture of yourself, or take a before with a mask, put the mask down, take an after without, whatever it might be, okay? So is this homework? No. The only homework would be is if you need to start kind of gathering some pics. You're going, okay, I need to go through, okay, here's a picture of my soccer team. Okay, here's a picture of me in the crowd at a football game. And that's kind of what you're wanting to use. Okay? So really the pictures are yours. They're not going out to
Yes, just one of many interruptions.
Okay.
Just
no homework other than
up,
pictures.
Period lunch, our first
You
run
can
through, we
start
learned a
kind of
lot.
packing
We have
up.
students that are going to be late to fifth period.
And then just sit tight.
We want to give them that time to eat lunch. So